Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic / Known Classics. This is episode number 1873 and Doubleshot number 1767. I got two DC trades. Now, I'm sorry it has been a few days since last Comic Corner, but didn't have time to read some stuff because I was busy watching Kamen Rider. But now, I got some stuff done. First up, we have Justice League of America. Volume 1, The Last Survivors of Earth. Covering issues 77 through 95. Though there is a couple issues they don't have the full thing in here because they're reprints. And those issues are issues 85, 93. Yeah, I think it's like, let's see. It's just 85 and 93 are the only ones basically they don't have the full issues in here. Now, here's the thing. Now we have Denny O'Neil who does issues 78 through 82. Actually, it's 83 as well. Yeah, 77 to 83. 84 is done by Robert Kniger. For 86, it's done by Mike Frederick, who does also issues 87, 88, 89, 90, and he pretty much does until 95. Now, the cover artwork for these issues is quite interesting. For 77, it's Murphy Anderson. For 70, it's Gail Kane with Murphy Anderson. With Murphy Anderson almost doing the covers for 80, 83, 84, he does it with Kurt Swan. He also does 90 with Carmine Infantino. And he also does issue 90 when he does that with the late Neil Adams. Neil Adams does the cover by himself for covers for issues 79, 81, 82, 87, 88. He does with Dick General, and 89. He also does 92. He does 91 by himself. 92 does with Dick General. He also does 94 and 95. The interior artwork for the issues is mostly done by Dick Dillon, who pretty much has all of the interiors for all these issues. Yeah, so the first issue is a notorious one for the Justice League America, because this is the issue which was the last time they used the Secret Sanctuary base operations. From this point up until around the mid-1980s. There's a reason for that. Well, in this issue, we have this guy called John Doe, the most average guy in America. Yes, seriously. Talking about average guy stuff, and this whole thing with Snapper Carr in here, where he basically is frequently chastised because he hangs out with superheroes. I mean, in my opinion, it's cool to hang out with superheroes. These guys chastise him for it? Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. And then, of course, basically because of the stuff that John Doe was saying, I think it was average man. I'm like, what the heck is this? And by the way, Black Canary is part of this. Now, the lamp is this time is comprised of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, who's here occasionally, the Atom, Green Arrow. Black Canary had just joined the group after a crossover with the JSA. And if you're curious, though, in these issues, is there any official new members of the Justice League at this period of time? And the answer is, for these issues alone, no. Black Canary was the last one that they actually had joined the group, but nobody joins the issues. Nobody. The only person who was part of the lamp at this point was basically Martian. He was the only one with absence period of time. I think because they pretty much had retired him mostly. Yeah, so he basically thinks to have a car. John Doe breaks into the secret sanctuary after he got hit with his cronies. We find out John Doe is the Joker. Yep, the Joker. By the way, this issue is actually referenced in an episode of Justice, the Young Justice TV show. Yep. Now, and then we have move on to the 77, a two-parter, which is the debut of something that's commonly associated with Justice League because, well, people don't usually think of them as associated with being a headquarters on a mountain. Oh no. You see, this one has debut of the Secret Sanctuary, aka the first ever satellite, the space station that they're headquartered out of. This also introduction to the Justice League transporters, which they actually were in operation for a long period of time. Even after they stopped using this damn space station, they still use these damn transporters. This issue here was debut of them. Yes, the JLA transporters. They used them from this point in time up until the Flashpoint reboot. As a matter of fact, they still used them up until the destruction of the most recent Watchtower. They used it for a long period. Even when they were the embassy stuff, they still use the teleporters. Heck, there's even a story I read where Wally West's mom used it to go shopping in Paris. Yes, seriously. And, well, as for who designed the damn thing, I think Batman had a hand in it too. But yeah, this was the original satellite, and this was their base operations throughout the entirety of the 70s and about half of the 80s until the place was destroyed thanks to a invasion by Martians. I am not kidding about that. They lay retcon in post-crisis or something else. But this two-part not only has debut of the satellite and the JLA teleporters, it is also the sole time we see the Earth 1 version of the Vigilante. Yep, because the Vigilante at this point in time was mostly Earth 2 exclusive. This was the sole appearance of the Earth 1 version of the character. Yep. And he's here just for this two-parter. And then this version of the character is never seen or mentioned ever again. Yep. And he's here for this quick two-parter involving pollution. It's a really good 2 issues they have for Justice League. And then we have it where in issue 80, where, of course, the issues deal with real-life stuff in these issues. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, you have the regular Monadu stuff. And I love the whole thing with the Secret Sanctuary. I've always loved the aspect of Justice League. They would like a rocket and basically a space thing. 81 is another standalone issue with Justice League going insane. Yeah. Weird one this one was. And then we have 82 and 83, where this is a bit odd one to say the least. I believe this is a two-parter. They introduced us to I'm trying to think. No, he made his debut part of this one. Yeah, I thought this was debut the Red Tornado, but he was introduced part of this one. This is another one of the many annual team-ups just like had with the JSA. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's a really good team-up. Mostly for this one, it's them dealing with, well, the Spectre. Yeah, it's all about Black Canary, this one. It's a really, not exactly very noteworthy team-up between Justice League and Justice Society, but it's a good two-part nonetheless. 84 is a bit of a supernatural issue. It's called The Devil in Paradise. Yep. Deal with more real-world issues because it's Daniel O'Neill, because he likes doing stuff like this. Yeah, then 85, reprint, and then the whole thing of like, this in 86, I believe it's like The Last Survivors of Earth, I think this one was. No, it's called Earth's Final Hour. It's all about food. Yeah, it's basically, this one is a world hunger issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mostly to do with world hunger. That's mostly what issue 84 is all about. Just world hunger. It shows 86. 87 is a weird one. It's basically Batman thinking he's a king with a bunch of robots. Yeah, this is an odd one to say the least. Mm-hmm. I guess those Weird War Zatanna is basically having like three guys, one who was pointing is married, the other one's dating a girl, and they'll hang on Zatanna because she's hot. You know the weird thing about, by the way, they also have these issues where Black Canary and Batman kiss, and it goes nowhere because they both regretted doing it. Yeah. All I think with Zatanna is, despite the fact she's dated maybe one guy in the comics, John Constantine, she's never officially got married. Nope, never married, never had any kids. 89 is a reader's choice, I think, where everything gets altered. It's like a real world thing. It's a very strange issue. One of the characters think they're like Daredevil. Yep. And then basically you have 90 being another type of environmental message. Basically, last time was world hunger with 86. And 90, it's world pollution. Yep. And it's a lot to do with the Atlanteans. It's not that good of an issue. And then we lead directly into basically the very next team up of the Justice League and Justice League America for issues 91, 92. Well, this involves Solomon Grundy getting involved in the story and Alien. This also has Robin, the Earth 1 Rob, meeting his Earth 2 counterpart, and him go off by an alien. Now this two-parter here, I kind of discussed this already in the Showcase Presents Robin book, because these two issues are collected there, which is, I thought was really interesting to put that there, because it's basically Earth 1 Robin, Earth 2 Robin. Yeah, really good. Oh, by the way, Earth 2 Robin, if you're curious though, he dressed like this. Yes, when he was an adult. He was basically an old man at this point in time. Then for 94, which is like the second last issue we have in here, we have several pages in this issue done by the late Neil Adams. This is basically like a issue featuring Dead Man. That's simply what this issue is. It's just a start featuring Dead Man. 95 is basically, well, let's say our exclusive origin stories of Dr. Fate and Dr. Midnight. Let me take a look here. I think these may be reprints. Let's see. How It Began, the Dr. Midnight issue. Yeah, that's a reprint. And the Dr. Fate one, also reprint as well. So, only the opening story matters. The character in this book is called Johnny Doon. And this was his sole appearance in Superman comics. Yep. He never appeared before or after this one. Just saying, or just had to be somewhat a bad guy. Look at there. Yeah. But this is really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Give this book a 10 out of 10 because it's pure classic stuff here. Yeah. Alright, next up is a very interesting one to talk about. This is Superman for Tommorrow. Collecting issues of Superman Volume 2, issues 204 to 215. Written by Brian Azzarello. Artwork by Jim Lee. And according to Brian Azzarello, this was the last story that Jim Lee worked on that came out on time. This is, of course, according to Brian Azzarello. I don't know if this is really true or not, but could be. Because even he agrees with the opinion about Jim Lee lately, that the guy takes his sweet time when it comes to doing artwork. And this is the last book he basically came on time for. Yep. Now, this book is all about basically Superman doing Superman things. Weirdly enough, there's no mention here of Lois Lane. There's barely anything with Daily Planet here. It's mostly just Superman going around the world, talking to a pastor. And of course, Justice League, a couple issues here. I love the artwork in here. It's just a really damn good story. It's not really a story for Superman that's talked about very much, though. I'm sure my friend Timmy, I'm sure he loves this story because the way that Superman acts, or he acts completely in character. Yeah, given the fact I read a lot of pre-Flashpoint Superman, excuse me, there's nothing in this book that says he acts out of character. He's mostly acting in character, dealing with World Crisis. There's at one point here where he goes to an alternate version of Krypton, where he faces off against a General Zod. I say a General Zod because this is not the actual one. Because the first official post-crisis appearance of General Zod, that's not one of these other standalone General Zods, was actually thanks to Richard Donner, who brought him in the storyline where it brought in Chris Kent as a character, one who was a kid who was adopted by Superman and Lois as their son, while basically General Zod was Phantom Zone. Really good stuff for this one. Can you believe this story only came out like almost 20 years ago? Yeah, can you believe it's been 18 years? I believe so, right? Let me take a look here just to be sure. Yeah. First issue released in April 2004, and the final issue, which was 215. By the way, this is roughly a 12-part story. Yep, it's a 12-part story. And was concluded exactly 1 year later. Well, mostly anyways. I gotta say, it's just a damn good story. And the minister is fired Daniel Lane. And Lonnie, his name is. Yes. And here's the thing. He only appears in this storyline, plus Secret Files Origins, and he's never seen him mentioned ever again in comics. Nope, not really. But yeah, just a damn good Superman story. That's just my opinion anyways. I want to know how my friend Tibia feels about it. Because I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Just was damn good. Loved it. Okay, so that's it. Stick with you. After you get this video plus the previous two I just recorded up, it's going to be Is the Wrong Girl's Dungeon. Okay, next video. Bye.